Welcome back to Catching Up with Katie. So last week, y'all really liked the fact that we did kind of a very organized, like question and answer type of deal. And we don't do that much anymore. We used to pretty much only do that on this segment. And so this week, it's a soft Q&A. It's more of just like a few topics, but it's kind of addressing everyone in the room. So Lindsay's got her little questions over there. So why don't you start us off?
Number one, Miss Abigail. Have you finally moved into your new house?
Yes, I have.
I haven't seen it.
Well, you said you were going to come over after work 2 days last week.
You want to know
then
something?
You didn't come either day, and even Nate's come and seen it.
Nate
Did
went.
He? Yep.
He went the other day, and I was behind him as we were driving down the road.
And
he just didn't.
And I was like, I literally was like, all right, I'll just pull him. And I was like,
So was Lindsay. It was me, Lindsay behind me, and then Nate behind me. All three of us pulled in, and you just couldn't bring yourself to be the fourth one in.
I had to go home.
It's ridiculous.
He ruined the caravan.
Working.
I know.
He had to go to the photography store, the photo store.
Yeah, that was it. I had
you
a
didn't
reason.
even go.
I did go. I sure did go.
When we left the parking lot, your decision had been made that you were not going because you just really didn't want to go.
But then I told Nate right before I left that I was going. And I did go.
So, I mean, it doesn't take long to walk through that house. It's pretty cut and dry.
No, it really doesn't.
It's only a couple rooms.
It would have taken like a total of 5 minutes.
It took us less than that.
I'll go see it today.
Yeah, like
I don't want you to.
Like the kitchen and dining room, all one. Kind of saying like there's a living room, and then there's bedroom and guest bedroom. There's not really like
a house.
There seems to it is like, and I can understand the
Bathroom.
illusion
Bathroom.
that
So
Abigail and I are friends, like on video and stuff
But it's
like
just-
that. But like in reality, like that is just not the case. Like this is just purely a working relationship here, and
and
at some point the line got blurred.
I was reaching a little bit to invite you to come see it, so I'll remember that.
I'll go see it today.
I was gonna
I
say,
don't
did
want
you end
you
up
to.
going to get the antiques?
No, we're gonna do a different night because
Okay.
I didn't have any way to transport if I did find some like larger furniture that I
Gotcha.
liked. Because she said there might be a dining table, so maybe
But you gotta be
tonight-
careful. There's not that much room in there for a dining table.
There's plenty of room for a dining table.
You think like a full
Not
like
in the
what I have
kitchen.
downstairs?
Not in the kitchen.
I don't want a 8-person dining table.
Okay, so we're like a kitchen table.
Like a 4-person, 5-person.
It's still a dining table.
I
where
feel
you
like
dine.
there's a difference, like a circular little kitchen table or like
It's a dining table, a round dining table.
I also have a round dining table.
I had a round dining table growing
Nothing
up.
against it. I have a round one in my house. Okay?
Nothing against it.
I'm just saying that dining
still-
tables
I call it my
are
kitchen
not
table.
Just
dining
rectangular.
tables
Okay,
aren't just
is-
like
am
large
I weird?
tables.
Like a dining table is a
It's
long
where
rectangle.
you dine.
There,
We'll let you
If you're
decide.
You know what
talking
I'm saying?
about, like, what's the word?
it's 6 to 8 people or 6 people and up. In my opinion,
talking about
is
like
a
a-
dining table.
a nice fancy dinner, sure.
Google dining table.
A dining table is 6 people and up. A
um,
kitchen table is if
lot
it's like
of
4.
round
You know,
tables.
Okay, that makes sense. But I can
that's what I-
see what's happening.
He's chat GPTing something, and I'm just gonna Google dining table.
Yes, there is a difference, though people sometimes
and
use the terms
There's the
interchangeably.
round one. There's a round like 4-seater right here. The first thing that pops.
4-seater is a kitchen table.
And I will say,
Ooh.
a kitchen table, purpose, everyday meals, location, usually in or near the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. Common shapes, round or square, often seats 2 to 4 people. Dining table.
Well, if it's a table
6
in the
and up.
dining room and I'm dining at it, it's
That's
a dining
where I'm
table.
at with them. But anyway, we're so out of left field from the original question.
Right.
How far are you moved into your house? Like, what are you lacking?
Mattress on the floor.
No, it's
I am lacking
It's on
a
the-
couch.
the
But
bed frame
it's
now.
been ordered. It's
Okay.
coming a few days from now.
It's the guest bedroom.
I have to put up a bed frame, but I have a bed frame and a mattress for my room. I have the guest room set up. I have the kitchen mostly set up.
Her kitchen is so cute.
When I was in there a couple days ago, the amount of knickknacks that were strewn in every room.
You have
We
any
love a
knick-knacker?
knick-knack.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to get her
bit of a
more.
hoarder.
I wouldn't say hoarder. I got rid of some stuff.
Because I mean, here's the thing though, you've never had the ability, because you've always had roommates, to just like literally decorate a whole house. So you want to be able to like have a theme if you want, or like, you know.
Yeah. I've been collecting said knickknacks for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
What kind of a knickknacker are you?
She's kind of in all types of knickknacks.
Yeah.
She's got them all.
Like those little things that you take it off, and then there's another one
is
in
that
there, and you
called?
take it off, and
Oh,
there's
the
a
Russian,
Russian
nesting doll.
It's like a Marushka or
My grandmother has
Mariushka.
those.
I mean, there's Mariska Hargitay.
What's it? Is it like a tchotchke that's like a tiny little...
What's it called?
Russian nesting
Because
doll.
I do like those.
I thought the one where you...
They have a name.
That, but I'm thinking of like little...
I had ones that were measuring cups. The
wish
ones
I
you
could bring
open
it up.
and you just keep going.
Matryoshka.
Matryoshka.
Matryoshka doll.
Okay, so tchotchkes,
I'll just put a little
it's a
pop-up.
small ornamental trinket.
Good.
A tchotchke?
Yeah.
I would like to have one of these though.
I don't like 'em.
I've always loved because I used to watch, and apparently this is an obscure show that like not many people know about, because I bring it up and no one knows. I used to watch Higglytown Heroes.
Yeah. Very rarely did I watch that, but...
And the
What's that for
entire
me?
premise of this kids show was Russian nesting doll. They were all Russian nesting dolls. All the characters. There was even like a little squirrel. Her name was Fran, and she would like just sit on the other one's shoulder, and then they would kind of like just hop around, and it was just
like
really
Weeble
cute.
Wobbles?
Yeah. They just kind of
Wobbled.
moseyed. If we had the TV, well, I mean, we have the TV up. We have the remote sitting right in front of Matt, but it's fine.
We got a copyright flag.
But anyway, yes, Abigail's moved in to answer the question. But I mean, moving in is daunting. Like, especially when you're moving in to a space that's bigger than what you had before, and you're like, what do I fill this space with? What do I, you know? So I'm excited to see what you do with it. I don't think we're ever going to get a tour, guys. So I don't think I'd ask for that. No.
I'll let you know what it looks like.
And now for today's sponsor, which is Live It Up. Thank you to Live It Up for sponsoring today's video. The holidays are magical, but they're also exhausting. And here's one of the simplest ways to stay grounded through them. Live It Up Super Greens are a super great way to get in your daily chlorella, spirulina, wheatgrass, kale, broccoli, spinach, barley grass, moringa, parsley, and more. Designed by dietitians and made with trustworthy ingredients, it supports digestion and energy without sugar or caffeine. When everything else is a bit chaotic, this can absolutely help your daily ritual, help you feel a little bit more balanced. On top of that, Live It Up is all natural. There's no synthetic vitamins or minerals. It's caffeine-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, and nut-free. And each scoop contains 3 whole cups of organic vegetables. If all that sounds great to you, go ahead and use KVS15 for up to 50% off during the holiday season. And if you subscribe, you get a free shaker bottle. Again, huge thank you to Live It Up for sponsoring today's video. And now, back to the video.
It's a
All right,
secret.
Miss Katie, how is the barn remodel coming?
Slow. What?
Oh.
Oh, you're
I
gonna,
was just waiting
you're gonna be
for-
Mr. Matt.
Mr. Matt.
All I think about is my dad being Mr. Matt.
Oh,
My dad's, well, you can call him Mr. Matt, but like my dad has been Mr. Matt.
We
my
have
entire life.
similar aura.
You do? You think?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I could maybe to an extent.
But it's slow. It's
Slow?
It's slow. It's the stalls are coming on Monday from Lakeland for the big barn. So
Did you pick out whatever Jonathan was texting us about?
what?
Uh-oh. We'll do that today.
What am I supposed to pick out?
Windows.
Okay.
We'll pick out the windows today.
So there's like 2 remodels going on at once though, because we have the big barn that's existing. It was built in like the 70s. And I'm so sorry if I just made that sound like that was 100 years ago. It's not. I'm just saying it's
I mean, it
Almost.
was like
Almost.
it was like 55.
it's an older barn, okay? And there's a lot of structural things with it that I would very much like to change, but I can't just tear it down. So we decided to redo the stalls and like make basically this barn into like the foaling barn. And with that, so we ended up taking all the stall fronts out, having them re-welded, having them re-powder coated, all this stuff. And then I was like, it's getting the crunch time. This is taking forever. And so I wish I had done this from the get-go. But with the new barn being built, I got with this stall company. Mm-hmm. And so they are doing all the stalls in the new barn. And they have an option that looks quite similar to the stalls that we have in the big barn.
I saw the picture of it.
And so I just went ahead and ordered because their lead time was way shorter than what we've been doing. So I ordered all of the big existing foaling stalls from them. And so that comes on Monday. And so, yeah, it'll be good. But
exciting.
It's going to look very mismatchy and it's not going to look good, I swear, until this coming summer.
Yeah.
But
once it's all
anyway,
finished.
it's doing good, though. It's doing good. The new barn, the trusses go up this week. I mean, we're still very much saying, like, horses are going to go in at Christmas. So,
yeah.
Lindsay, do you have any fears going into your first foaling season?
Well, okay. Yes. One thing we all know with animals, sometimes they just
Die.
They pass away. And that's one big fear of mine, is that I'm going to happen to see. I'm not saying, I'm hoping this never happens, but
Right.
I'm scared that one.
Was the conversation yesterday with Alyssa freaking you out about how she walked in, like, literally her first week and, like, Cool had died?
Yeah, I was like,
That's traumatizing.
okay. I was like, all right, so just prepare a little bit. So I have to prepare myself for that to happen, but I'm praying that it doesn't. Like,
Yeah.
I hope for the best. But that's one thing I'm scared of.
We had like a little dramatic run there for a bit where we had at least one, like, something crazy happen. But last year we had a great, pretty uneventful year. The only thing I think that happened was Huckleberry, like, Andy tried to slice his leg off. But other than that,
Oh, God. How did that happen?
she stepped on him.
Oh.
It's dark.
was
She
dark.
didn't know. Okay, so fear, death.
Yes.
What are you most excited for?
The baby horses. I'm so excited to see them come out. That's going to be a little, like, stomach churning for sure.
You think?
I've never seen
Are
like,
you
a horse be
squeamish?
born. A little bit, but I've
Oh, you
not.
gotta
More
get
of
over
just
that.
like the size of, like, like you see like a human baby be born.
Yeah,
and it's
I-
like that, like times 3 or whatever. times
Yeah,
4.
so that's
Times 3?
Probably.
times like,
So the baby that comes out is about 100 pounds.
yeah, that's
Well,
that's
But like
exciting.
size wise, I feel like maybe like 5 babies
maybe.
put together.
Yeah.
But
It's
like
certainly
more
a
than
lot.
3.
It's like, well, like you see like
Density-wise-
puppies be born or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, I've seen a puppy
density
be
wise,
born.
though,
Like-
they're much more
Right,
dense.
yeah.
Pop out.
pop
I
out.
just spit everywhere.
Right.
Puppies just pop out.
Yeah, this is like, have you ever seen like National Geographic, and it's like when like the elephants are born and stuff, like that's
I'm gonna be
wild.
honest. I have not seen an
Oh,
elephant
dude,
be born.
it's wild.
Okay,
Flop
so
They
on
do
the
it
ground.
standing.
Yeah, it's wild. Do them baby elephants start their day like on the floor, dude?
God.
So do giraffes.
Yeah.
They have to
They just
drop from like
fall.
a pretty long way. But elephants also, have you noticed they don't have their udder at the hind like cows and like horses do. It's up front. They just got titties.
Oh,
didn't
So then when they stand up on their back legs, they just have boobies.
do they have 2 or do
They have two.
Oh.
And the baby, the calves, they call them a calf. They just walk beside their mom and get a little nip as they're walking because it's right behind.
They're
it's right
very
behind
similar to us.
Is their gestation period the same as a human?
22 months, I think. I'm pulling that out of my butt. I don't know.
What's-
22 months, I think.
What's the gestation period of an elephant?
No. Elephant,
Oh.
22 months.
Elephant is 22 months.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wow. That's long.
Yeah.
So we're different in that aspect.
And then giraffes are like 14 to 16 months, I think. And then horses are 11 months.
Is
and
22
cows are 9
months the
months.
longest?
No, I think a blue whale is the longest.
I think one of them's for
It is
like
the
a
longest
year.
gestation period of any land animal.
Okay. Well, a blue whale is a mammal, but
Why
it's
do
a
I feel
sea.
like a blue whale, like it wouldn't hurt to give birth? Like it seems
just
like
in
it's
water.
so
And
large.
it's salt water.
Yeah, but also it seems like it's just so large that like
It wouldn't even feel it.
But their babies are large.
are they
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I didn't
how
think
large?
about that.
Like pretty big.
Pretty.
Oh, okay.
Pretty big.
Okay, I'm just imagining like a little
Imagine being a shark baby.
mini
Okay,
whale.
but some sharks lay eggs, and some
That's
sharks
true.
give birth live.
Imagine being, well, a lot of them, you give birth live and there's just not enough room. So you got to eat your brother and sister and just hope for the best.
Okay,
You look really cynical talking about that.
He is.
Yep.
he is.
It happens.
Did you know that
Folks.
most? I'm trying to think. What is it? Is it most pandas?
Raising awareness.
Oh yeah. So most pandas give birth to twins, but they just don't have the mental capacity to do that. So then they just take care of only one. And so like zoos will go in and trick them and like swap them out and stuff.
That's cool. That's
Do they
so
not
sad.
recognize like the scents?
I don't know.
Are koalas
Just
smartest?
you would think they
Or
would
pandas?
they would just know. Koalas are marsupials.
Yeah, they got diseases.
Yeah.
You ever seen like videos of koalas, dude? They're mean.
They do look
And like the
kinda
little
mean.
like
like
sound
squirrels.
like that, yeah.
They're like Australian squirrels.
Yeah, but bigger.
Have you seen them in like people's homes, like the spiders
Oh,
in
yeah.
Australia?
You go you go
No,
to sit
like the
on
wolf
like the
spider. Is that what it is? The wolf spiders.
It's
like as big as that
I know
laptop.
they wouldn't hurt you, but the thought of one crawling on me in my sleep is like
Across
enough.
your face. And it's the size of your face.
No, it's bigger.
I know.
It's like
I don't like that.
No.
and there's this girl on TikTok. It could be fake. I don't know. It's like very
AI is tricking me
it's
more
a
and more every
very
day,
large
so.
spider, but it could be fake. But she'll just be. She lives in Australia, and in the background of her videos, it'll just be like on the wall behind her. And
I've
she's
seen
like,
that.
and she has it named, and she's like, he doesn't bother anything. Like, and then she'll like turn back, and it's gone,
No.
and it's just wandered off.
No thanks.
I just couldn't even imagine knowing that was in my house, like hearing it.
Yeah, you would.
All right. Mr. Matt. Did you follow through and get your nose pierced?
I did, and my cartilage pierced.
Period.
But they had to be like little studs, and I didn't want diamonds. And in
I
hindsight,
can't
maybe
see it right now. Did you take it out?
No, but I got my two lobes replaced, and then the balls weren't screwed on very well, and so they both fell out in my sleep. I found them both, but
I
I
had those long enough though, where like it's not going to close up in a day.
No, but I need
Do
to
you
go get
need
those.
some more to keep in there until you.
You need some little dangles. I got some dangles.
I have the earrings. I just need more like
Balls.
to like screw them in.
I think I have some.
Really?
Some of these.
Yeah, those exactly.
I think I have some. If you come to see my house,
Yeah. Well,
maybe you can grab them.
maybe. But anyway,
Okay, but you did your cartilage.
yeah.
Is that still in?
I have to leave it in for however long before I can get what was in my earrings before I'm going to get the little rings in both.
We were at.
But I did follow through.
It was when we were in Oklahoma. Yeah, Oklahoma, and we were on the sidewalk, and I was like, "How many likes for you to get your nose pierced?" And he was like, "I'll get my nose and my cartilage pierced." So I don't think the likes had anything to do with this action, but we got like double the amount of likes you said. So.
Yeah, it was a ploy. I was going to do it anyway.
And what did you say? You're like,
But I was on
I'll
the
get
fence
brass,
about it.
and we were like,
Well, and I did say that, and
matter?
I didn't know. You said that before, and I was like, "There's no way that I said I was going to get a brass earring." But now, what I meant was like a brass bold meaning
Got it.
like brass and bold.
okay,
Was what I meant by that
okay.
at that point in time. The end.
All right. Next question. What is the farm doing about EHV1 prevention, and will this delay the new mares from coming?
Following
So-
question: what is EVH1?
So it's like an
EHV.
equine herpes virus.
Oh, yes.
EHV1. It's a equine herpes virus, and do not take this as like a news outlet. Okay, I'm not telling y'all exactly.
You heard
what's
it here
happening.
first.
So there was an event I think it was a barrel racing event, but also I think there was another one that was a roping event in Texas. Excuse you.
Bless you.
In Texas, where there was an outbreak, and the horses are like dying, like it's lethal, and so I think at this moment it's contained to Texas and West, because everyone has gone on like shutdown, like events are being canceled, no one is hauling, like all this stuff, and so that's why we're not going. We were going to be going to Texas in December for like
So
a
this
photo
is
shoot
recent.
and whatnot, so we're not going.
This
Yeah,
is
like
recent.
within the last couple weeks, and so. Yeah, because there's two new mares that I purchased a few months ago. They're in Colorado. They're probably not coming here for a little bit longer now because of the fact that
Right, right.
I have too many pregnant mares and I don't want to risk
Yeah, that would
anything.
be horrible.
But yeah, so it's scary. I don't know all this. I just know horses are like legit dying. Like it's really, really scary at the World Show. So like High Point, which is where Waylon is, and like I know Aaron's kind of on lockdown too, which is where Denver is. So at the World Show where we just were, there were 8 horses that came from that event where like the outbreak was. And they had come straight from that event to the World Show. Now, thankfully, they weren't in any classes that like a lot of like they were in very specialty classes. So there were horses that they for sure were around. And it's not confirmed that they were like infected. It's just that they had come from that area. And so like my horse Denver wasn't in any classes with them. And then I think they were in like barns 4 and 5. So, I mean, we went through there with a coffee cart. But other than that, we didn't really go in there. So, yeah. Basically, we're taking temperatures. We're not letting anybody come in the property. So, like, Buttercup is new, but she came from Florida. So, she's on quarantine, and we're taking it super seriously. But, like, we're just not letting anybody on. I'm, again, not going to Texas when I was going to because I don't want to risk bringing something back. And, yeah, I mean, I think there's some people say to go ahead and revaccinate. Some people say not to. Like, I think there's, like, a differing opinion on that. But we're just keeping a close eye and being on lockdown. But yeah, the new mares. I'll get pictures. Which side do I put it?
Just say you'll get pictures.
Put pictures up of Blondie and of Ariel. So I bought them as recips, but they're both very nice, double registered quarter horse paint mares. And we'll see when I see them in person. I will decide if they're going to be recips or if they're going to be having their own little babies. So anyway, that's delayed. They were going to be coming in December. Now it's for sure delayed. So what are we watching?
I was just, even if like we wanted to pull something up on this, like what that would entail. And I just wanted to see if that worked.
Yeah, research does help.
We might need to add YouTube on
We
there.
do need to add YouTube. That's what I was saying. Is like pretty much the only thing we do need is YouTube.
Click add apps.
I know.
Well, you went by it twice.
This is actually my Roku account.
Okay.
You missed it.
Oh my gosh. I can't see. That's YouTube TV. You
That's YouTube
dummies.
TV.
Okay, well,
That's
keep going down.
YouTube TV.
It's just not on here. I just search it, dude. But anyway, yeah, carry on.
So
Get
this
this
is the last
downloading
question
here.
I have on here.
Okay.
When are the goats moving to Abigail's house?
I forgot all about the goats.
Well,
You don't even know their names.
when there's a fence for them to
Slowly but surely.
You have the
stay
house.
in. Yes.
Yeah, she has the little.
What kind of
so
What kind of fence are you putting up? I can put up a fence. I used to put up fences.
don't you do that?
What?
I was also promised a fence.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Don't you do that?
Well, yeah, it's a very loose offer. I am a very busy person, but I just like to be helpful. That's my
He's
that's
like-
my problem.
But you end up creating
I know.
more problems.
That is a huge red flag for me. Is that my desire to be helpful does not match my
I'm
availability.
like, oh, I have help. Matt said he would help me, and then the time comes. I didn't. You shouldn't have believed me when I said that.
Yeah.
Because I'm very busy and I have something else going on.
I have a child.
I will
and
not.
a wife
I will not
and
check
a
my
job.
schedule.
Just like gaslight me, it's my fault.
I will not check my
Mine.
schedule. I will 100% make plans and then hope that it adds up later. So that is a huge red flag. on my part.
I'm geeking at the fact immediately. I'll build you.
I
No,
know.
you
See,
won't.
but that's it. That's a perfect example.
up.
It's like, oh, I would love to help out. Would love to help out, but reality of the situation.
Like
You
when
let
she
him
was
know
at
when
her
they're
old
building
house,
it.
you and Nate both were like, we'll just set aside a day. We'll help you out. You know.
but I'm
come
pretty
do
sure
it.
Katie had a pretty busy week, and so
Oh,
if
okay,
it
so
was
now it's-
anybody's fault,
Me. Okay.
we can get you in touch with the right people to get a fence up.
So the previous Goaty, the Kidding Castle. It's not the Kidding Castle. What did we say? It was the Weather Tower. Because they're weathers.
Yeah.
So it's now the Weather Tower. It is at Abigail's house. And so that'll be where they live, which they're already comfortable there. They can live in it. They were born in there. And then
How many are you kidding?
they got banded this week.
Bean and sprout.
Banded?
Yeah. They don't like me right now.
What is that?
Their balls were banded.
They put
Imagine that.
they basically put a tourniquet at the top of the
Yeah,
balls.
I couldn't imagine that.
I mean, it had doing that has to have way more complications on a human, you would think. Anyway, so her little boys, they got banded this week. If you want to check out that video, I have it on TikTok and on Facebook. She was not a part of it. Her gentle little heart just couldn't couldn't take it.
To
No,
scream.
I wasn't needed to.
So me and Rebecca, were the men, and we went and did it. Well, Evan was there too, but it's me and Rebecca.
You were the main muscle.
Yeah.
It is worth noting that on a brand new unsigned in channel, you only have to type in KAT.
You only type in.
E.
Oh,
To
there we
get
go.
your name.
There we go.
Of just 4 letters, and you're up there.
You only have to type in your whole name.
Hey, 75 views on that. That was a nice one. Good job, everybody. Hey, 766,000 subscribers. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, gang.
So what's crazy is, like, I remember we were at the World Show last year when we hit 500, and that was me and Nate hugged
Oh,
for the first time.
that's sweet.
I know. It was
Now
a
he
weird
has a
moment.
cow named
Does
after
he
him.
give you hugs often?
There's a weird thing because I will hug people, but there's just been a weird thing between me, Nate, and Matt where we just don't
Hug.
hug. I don't know.
It's just that kind of relationship.
Nate is more forceful on the matter, really, than any of the other 3. Nate will be pretty intentional on trying to get a hug.
You not so much.
I'll just take them as they come.
Oh.
I know. I mean, I'm not.
I
I
know,
know
I-
she's not a hugger.
I gave you like a random hug at the airport the other day.
Yeah.
See you later.
You never know.
No, yeah, it was like a bye,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Huh?
we don't do that. Why did I just do that? It was weird.
Yeah, affection and like it's just something I'm not used to.
Right.
So when it's received, I get all weird.
I've been way sweeter to you. I've been way sweeter to you than to them.
What?
I
Way sweeter.
I
thought you said a waist
consoled.
weeder.
I've consoled. I've
Well,
hugged.
to be fair, though, I don't know that we've ever been around them when they needed like consoling. You know,
Usually the reason
I
I
would
need
console
consoling
you.
is because of you guys.
I would
Wow.
console anyone.
I would.
Okay,
I have a video idea. Let's
I give
beat
you a nice
Matt
little-
with a horsewhip.
what are the odds?
What are the odds?
They just never come to me with their problems. I don't understand it.
Next time I have a problem, I'll text you.
Don't.
Please stay. He's like, please.
Okay.
What
What if I have an actual problem that you can help with?
He'll ignore you, and then he'll make you feel worse about it, and that'll make you feel
He
worse about
already
it.
ignores me in group chats.
Well, then I wouldn't.
I would just go
wouldn't
ahead
reach out
and
again.
assume that my response would be whatever it is you're going through. I hope you never figure it out.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I certainly hope it gets worse than it
Just
gets better.
assume that his response
I
is
hope
thoughts
that
and
there is. I
prayers.
hope that there is a negative
thoughts and
outcome
prayers.
that I could have changed and did it.
I,
What is it? The Queen Charlotte thing? It's like, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, but I don't know
What
what
is
it
she?
is.
Something prayers.
It's just prayers. I
prayers.
thought. Right?
My thoughts.
I
are
went
with
Call
you.
of Duty game chat mode.
No. Look at it's
Queen Charlotte prayers. Prayers, sorrows, prayers.
yeah, sorrows, prayers.
It don't matter what I do. I will get such discrimination in this crew. Such discrimination.
You're just treated so bad.
I am. I'm treated worse than anybody. And it's just because I have such callous skin.
Right.
You
Oh.
just need to be coddled.
Totally.
And then I can wear a smile. And I just go home and put my head in my wife's shoulders and go.
I was about to say you're so callous that after a coffee and donut debacle, you went and pouted away from everybody. For
That
about
was
4
not-
hours.
Now, don't
I
bring
was
that up.
I was editing first off.
We haven't even talked about that. On
We
here.
have talked about not
Have
on
we?
here.
No, well, we don't need to.
They had a about 10-15 minute conversation the other day about the coffee donut debacle. It was quite hilarious.
And I will still die on that hill. 100%.
It had nothing to do with
He got them
donuts.
water.
Oh, it's just coffee.
It had nothing to do with donuts. It was a coffee water debacle.
Oh, coffee-
If you
okay.
can call it anything.
I thought about you. So here's some water.
Yeah.
There
We
are
don't need
there
to
are
get into
sorry.
that
there
now.
are two
Sides to
very
every
clear
story.
sides of that story. And anyway,
I feel like
We
I'm
don't
on
have to get
Abigail's
into it,
side.
I'm like,
But-
if we're closing out, I can't start speaking on it because I will.
I say we're at 36
Go
minutes.
on.
Because we're not going to start this. Essentially, at the World Show on the last day after. No, we're not. I'm not. Let me do it because I'm not doing it. There was a debacle.
Let me do it because I'm not doing it.
There was just just for the people. There was a debacle over ordering coffee, and then there was two sides to it. They could not come to an agreement. It still isn't an agreement, and that's fine. But when we got to the airport, Matt,
I went to edit Katie's videos.
Okay, this was his excuse. This one has an outlet by the chair. Every single chair at the airport has an outlet built into it.
I even said that I wanted to edit without outside influence because I'm not the kind of guy that can just throw headphones on and hang around with it without wanting to be in the conversation.
Noise canceling.
You have before though.
So
you do that all the time.
Me and Jonathan went to go get like food or something, and we walked by. We're just like, Matt, like he was just like so far down,
Off in
sitting
the
there
corner
editing.
alone.
It's like all around me are friends.
And any other time I go to the airport, no matter who I'm with, I do the exact same thing. It so happens that it is so picked out.
No.
Here's what we'll do on the next Catching Up with Katie. We will set this up like a courtroom, and we will bring this debacle and this case.
Is Katie the judge?
Katie can be the judge.
Oh, you don't want me to be the judge.
And we can.
He says he does this every time we're in the
We'll get
airport.
George. We'll get somebody
has
neutral.
Has he ever isolated himself in a little corner cubby before at the airport?
Well, also
We've been
Always,
to the
'cause I'm also
airport
always
together
2
like
hours
10
late.
times.
I always do this. Anyway.
Well, also, I will say that morning it felt a little icy. You had your headphones on while we were cleaning up the house.
Yeah. It was fresh.
Yeah.
Then. It was fresh then, and Nate.
Fresh.
Nate had just sent him the Venmo.
Oh my.
That's when the headphones came on after that, and then they didn't come off until we got off the plane.
And then we got back to Tennessee, and he was like, all right, peace, y'all. And just
Booked it. He booked it. He said, "I'm tired of y'all."
We will bring this to a jury
Nate
of
needs to be
770,000 people,
Nate
and
needs
y'all.
to be here.
Nate will be here, and y'all
okay,
can.
you know what? That'll be good because just like the dog argument, people will they'll sniff out who was the right one.
And one of two things will happen: we will all come to an agreement and all shake hands at the end of this,
That's not gonna
or
happen.
we will all go our separate ways, and
Never
no
talk
one
to each other
person will
again.
ever work here again.
Oh, okay.
It'll either end it'll end with like the cameras just being shut off. It's just
She's like, "I didn't sign up for that."
It's just like a whole thing. Like mics get put away.
Yeah, we're signing off.
You start putting up everything.
We start shuffling papers.
Okay. Next episode, there will be a courtroom date.
Yeah,
and
dude, we should totally get
Let's
you a
order-
judge
let's
outfit
order
too.
beards.
you don't
like-
want me to be the judge.
Well, who's going to be the judge?
You know what? I haven't heard.
I thought Lindsay could be a judge. I thought Lindsay was going to be a pretty neutral thing, but she was brought into the conversation not too long ago, and she was immediately on freaking Nate and Abigail's
I
side.
think Lindsay should be the judge because I think she has good opinions.
Who would be a good neutral person?
I could just sit in my little fifth chair over there. If you guys would connect the mic this time, maybe that would be great.
No. You know, I'm
sit in
gonna.
my corner.
All of the blame for that is on Matt and Nate.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna pretend to be responsible.
Sad little
Chair.
And because
I wish we could pan
We
over
don't
to
have
it.
room for a fifth.
we don't have room for two. Anyway.
the sad little cordless mic.
I think we just put it over there for aesthetic,
Lindsay's chair.
for like a little
Big
cardboard
white.
sign.
Big light.
Reserved.
I'll get a reserve
Okay.
sign.
We are all
we
adult
explained
enough,
the big
though.
white thing, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We did.
Okay.
It's not insulting.
It's not. And now every time she wears white, it just comes up. You're not in white today, so you're
Okay.
fine. But she has
I
this
was
one
in white
sweatshirt.
yesterday.
All right, next
Okay.
episode, courtroom session. Judge Judy.
I'll get a wig.
Yeah, we'll get like a
Powdered
little
wigs.
Yeah.
because you can get. I did that very cheap on Amazon one time,
Okay, perfect.
Of course you did.
You've done
Okay.
this before.
so we'll do it. And we're all
course.
grown
He's
ups.
like, me and my wife do this every week.
Yeah, that's how we settle arguments. We're all grown ups enough that we can have a mature argument and disagreement.
Yes.
Like what is it in school? You did debate,
Yes.
like debate
Yes.
class and
Yeah.
whatnot.
You guys both
wear.
wear wigs.
Both sides will be. Yeah, we'll all be in colonial wigs, like we're
We'll
trying to
all be
settle.
in wigs and robes.
We're all our own judge. We're all our own jury.
Yep.
You guys are the jury, and then we'll have the comments just go to war.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So it's gonna be a great dude. This is gonna be a high.
Like this comment for
We
Nate's
have that.
side. Like this comment for Matt's side.
dude.
We have that to look forward to. I do believe that feelings will be hurt, and I do believe it will bring up.
I think
Some
this might be a
emotions.
bit of a. It might be
Air
a bit
cleansing?
of like a therapy.
Yeah.
Sesh.
We'll all go to dinner afterwards.
I am a
Somehow
good
I feel like
therapist.
it's all going to turn on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just the judge. Like I'm just the judge. But
We
then
find
it's going to be
some
like,
other
you know
problem
what?
completely.
This is all because we were on your trip and we were on.
You're Meg.
Meg from
Family Guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone
when
hates her.
everyone just turns on her, and she's like, and they're like, you just have to be the one in the family to take it. Like someone has to take
Yeah.
it.
I like
Okay.
that. We'll schedule that one.
Yeah.
It'll be
All
a
right.
premiere.
Hope y'all enjoyed today. The last half, I don't even know what happened, but
That's when it got good.
stay tuned for the next one.